Shalom, shalom, Yahshua Allah. Want to start off first things first, giving all praise and glory to Yahweh, Bahashib, Yahweh Shah, Bahashir Kadash, which are the Paleo Hebrew tongues, created as the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Double honors, the apostles and elders of great millstone, and shalom to you, sister, brothers, living this truth, and shalom to brothers and sisters that's listening and studying to show themselves approved. Shalom. Here we go again, Yahshua Allah. Could this be it? Look what I just found. Look what the CDC is talking about. And I find this so ironic. Well, let's read the article. It says the CDC warns of an alarming rise of potentially deadly fungal threat. What's the time of that? I just got through binge watching a show called The Last of Us on HBO Max about a zombie apocalypse with fungus zombies. And now they're saying this. I don't find that as a coincidence. So it says cases of the drug-resistant fungus Candida auris are now climbing at an alarming rate in healthcare facilities around the country. The Centers for Disease Control and Prevention warned Monday as reports of infected patients nearly doubled in 2021. Now all of a sudden, now this is a problem. Oh, Lord. So it said, for several years after the first American case was reported in 2016, only a few dozen Candida auris, I might get that, pronounced, because I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right, patients were reported to the CDC annually, but cases have begun to accelerate in recent years, according to the new CDC data published in the Annals of the Internal Medicine. So here's giving us some numbers. They're talking about this, and it's a form of yeast. Let's look at what this is. Candida auris is a type of fungus that can cause serious illness in hospitalized patients. Infections with this fungus can be difficult to treat because C. auris only recently appeared in the United States. Recently appeared. Ooh, some new stuff. And it's the CDC saying it. And what does the CDC do? Control diseases. And the public health officials are researching more about how it's spread. Here's what we need to know if you or a family member have a C. auris infection. So symptoms may not be noticeable because patients with C. auris infection are often already sick in the hospital with another serious illness or condition. So this is like a combo. If you already sick, got something, you get this. And look, think about it, Yahshua. Everybody who participated in that event, what did they do? It's messing up their immune system. Your immune system has been lowered. So now they coming with this, and that goes with this, and then bam, bam, you all messed up. And ain't no telling what these people gonna happen to them. That they get this stuff right here. It could be like The Last of Us. It could mutate in them, because, they got that new stuff in them. So it says symptoms of C. auris infection depend on the part of the body affected. C. auris can cause many different types of infections, such as bloodstream infection, wound infection, and ear infection. Ooh, your blood getting infected. They travel throughout your whole body. Because symptoms can vary greatly, a laboratory test is needed to determine whether the patient has the C. auris infection. So basically, this is something that attacks you if your immune system is already compromised. And it's a fungus that normally, people could fight off if their immune systems were healthy. But we already know what this devil done did. And a lot of Babylonians, Americans walk around now without healthy immune systems. So a lot of people are going to succumb to this. And I feel like it's something bigger, around this. And why I say that, let's go. I want to go peep something real quick. Yahshua, why I say that? Because I remember watching this other article, and these devils was talking crazy. And it's like they're already putting out what they about to do to you. They got it in shows. They got it, see right here. Let's go to this. Scientists have revived a zombie virus that spent 48,500 years frozen in permafrost. Yeah, right. Yeah, right. So they put this out, a minute ago. And now they're talking about there's a new, fungus that's, starting to attack people. Give people judgment. And we all know, man, what did the CDC do? Control diseases. So what are they doing there? So this ain't, they try to make it seem like it came from nature or it came out of here. No, man. You got laboratories. Y'all splicing DNA. They got CRISPR technology. And, this devil's desperate. He got to create some chaos in order to create some order. And we already know what the order's going to lead to. And that's what these devils are up to right now. So when you start hearing this thing, if it picks up, don't go with the little story. Oh, it came from this. A man ate a cat. Little crazy little stories. They talking about, no, they picked it up in the permafrost. Where they trying to say this was at? It said in the Arctic. We found it in the Arctic. It came from the Arctic. And it's doing this and that. They like to come with them lies. But nah, we know where it really came from. And this devil, he's doing it on purpose. And he's only doing what Yahushua is allowing these devils to do. Because that's going to be part of the end time plagues. Like Esau is only fulfilling prophecy. And I'm about to show you that. So with those two articles in mind, then if you haven't watched this show on HBO Max, Last of Us, I recommend to go watch that. Very good show. Shows you, Esau's fantasy, how he want to, bust up the current society. And it shows they got a military force called Fedra, which to me is a code word for FEMA. And they showing you how they're going to, try to operate when society is broken down. Man, they was doing like public lynchings and everything on that show. It was like it was about a zombie apocalypse. And this time it had a fungus. It came from a fungus and it affected people and made them, turn into zombies. So if you haven't, watched that, I recommend to go watch it. Very good series. I just finished it up and I like that. And I'm just looking at Esau, he's telegraphing his moves. We're seeing the articles, we're seeing the entertainment, and they gonna pull something out the hat again, because this devil can't let stuff go the way it's going. He has to enact the MOTB with some type of chaos. So with that, let's get to the scriptures, and I'm going to show you how that fits, biblical prophecy. And how, we at in this phase in time. So check it out. This is Matthew 24:3. And as he sat upon the Mount of Olives, the disciples came unto him privately and saying, Tell us, when shall these things be? And what shall be the sign of thy coming and the end of the world? So the disciples talking to Yahushua, asking him what the end of the world would look like. And Yahushua, here goes verse 4. And Yahushua answered and said unto them, Take heed that no man deceive you, for many shall come in my name, saying, I am Hamashiach, and shall deceive many. And 6. And ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. We're hearing that right now. See that ye be not troubled, for all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet. And here he's going to tell you how you at the end. Here goes 7. For nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom. And there shall be famines and pestilences, diseases, viruses, and earthquakes in diverse places. So with all these diseases kicking up, these viruses kicking up, that lets you know we're at the end of Esau's rulership. And Yahushua said, that'll be a sign of my coming back. And 8, all of these things are the beginning of sorrows. So everything is going to get all busted up before Yahushua's glory is coming. And one of those things he said to look for is pestilences, diseases, epidemics on the widespread. We just got through dealing with some not too long ago that was like on a worldwide scale. And I'm looking at Esau trying to run it back. He needs something new and different. What he did the first time, it did what it did, but it lost its luster. People done woke up. So now you got to come with something new to get that fear going again so they can run it right back. That's the devil's plan. We're going to see how they're going to run it, their angle, how they're going to try to pull it off. But it's looked like, man, they trying to pull some Last of Us stuff. They're going to pull some type of, some type of zombie virus or pestilence or something. It's going to be a lot of chaos, a lot of judgment and a lot of fear going out. So they can scare people to run to their system and get their MOTB. And they seen the pestilence is a good form to do that, man. Look how much the devil got accomplished with, the 1-9 situation. Like, he sped up his MOTB greatly with that move right there. And I'm looking at these devils and they want to do it again. They want to run it back. See, the people, they didn't let up. So the people are like, okay, it's over with, we good. But I'm like, this devil just gonna come with something new. He in the lab right now cooking it up. Like, that might be it. He might, throwing out hints what it is. He done threw a fungus out there. And I'm gonna keep an eye on to see, if it's really gonna kick up, if he gonna use that to be the new, the fear mongering thing to get people to go, do what he say do. Cause it's going down right now. And there's nobody doing this but Esau, because who runs the CDC? Edomites. No, Jake don't run nothing to CDC. Jake really don't think to do nothing like that. We don't sit around, man, I want to make a killer virus. I want to make a virus so deadly, it killed within this many days and do this and that. Like, we don't think of stuff like that. We think of beneficial things. We think of things to, benefit and help people. Esau think of things to, take away life and destroy people. That's all they think about on their beds. Which is, it's a precept. Go into that. Let me go get that. Let's go to Micah. Micah 2:1. And it reads, woe to them that devise iniquity and work evil upon their beds. When the morning is light, they practice it because it is in the power of their hand. So that back up the statements I made about Esau, because he has the funds to own laboratories. And in his laboratories, he don't think to do beneficial things, to help people's lives, to save lives. No, he think of things to make your life worse, make you sick, make you get cancer. He devises how to make diseases more deadlier, spread more deadlier, more higher, death rate. That's this devil do. He ain't trying to help nobody. He a mad scientist. He in there devising all kind of, he mixing this virus with this virus, this disease with that disease, and he just coming up, with new, what'd he say, drug resistant strands. That's why I don't see how people run to Esau for help, man. This devil, all he does is come up with things to, take away life. They're synonymous with death. And that's what these devils are doing right now. So I'm looking to see if they're going to run with this. Because they got to do something. Because people are up the game on them. They're under a microscope. So they got to do something big to get the pressure off their back. They got to do that. Because people got their antennas up. Like, even Edomites, working class Edomites are now watching the elites real carefully and hip to their game. You got some Jakes that's waking up and getting hip to Esau's game, and he know he on the clock. He got but a short time. It's like, what's that? Revelation chapter 12, the devil about to come down with great wrath. And part of, him trying to keep control is by spreading a disease that gives out mass judgment. And he's able to do that because he's in the power seat. It's within his hand. So he go to sleep at night. He thinking about splicing certain viruses with other viruses to create death. That's that devil dreaming about at night, talk about in his meetings. That's his plans. That's what he want to do. And that goes perfectly with prophecy. Because Yahweh said at the end there's going to be mass pestilences running around. And now we're saying he's using the wicked people he created, Esau, Edom, to do it. And they doing it. We just sat here and looked at 2 articles talking about, one was talking about a new fungus that's infecting people and they got no drugs for it. Then we looked at another article talking about a zombie virus. Reanimating dead things and making them, go crazy and eat other things. I'm like, talking about we found it in the ice in the Arctic. Yeah, right. That's something y'all working on that. Y'all got that patented. This like another video game series I used to play. I own a lot of them. I've been playing it ever since like 97. Resident Evil. That is not just a video game but no entertainment. That's letting you know how these devils get down. The Umbrella Corporation, Esau does that. That's what Esau doing. They said we can get a scenario like that. That's dang near real life now. When I look at it, look back on it, you just think of the video game, but man, they doing that. So I'm like, this wasn't just based off, some fiction. This devil really doing it. He just putting in his entertainment. This part really is a real Umbrella Corporation designing, a T-virus. For all my video game heads out there, man, hey, we in real life Resident Evil right now. And that's about to go into play, and we can't be alarmed at that. Why? Because Yahushua told us that there'll be more pestilences spreading around right before he comes back. This devil about to throw all of them out there. Like, he done cooked this up, throw that out there. All I can do is pay somebody, go to Walmart and, spray a bathroom doorknob or something. Or go to a Subway, say you in New York, go to the Subway to spray it real quick. And then boom, there it go. So I think he liked the numbers he got off that 1-9 situation. I think the devil liked the numbers he got off of that. So I think he's gonna run that again. And there's gonna be mass judgment from that. That's why we gotta stay prayed up, stay in the house of David, that we don't fall ill and succumb to that. Because if we are part of the whole elect and we with Yahushua, he will protect us and keep us from all the calamities. Protect us from the famine, the pestilence, and the sword. Because that's going to give a lot of 2/3 death. Let's go get that. Go to 2nd Esdras 15 and 49. And it reads, I will send plagues upon thee, widowhood, poverty, famine, sword, and pestilence. Pestilence right there. To waste thy houses with destruction and death. So all these plagues are coming to Babylon the Great, really everywhere that Esau resides at. And it's to give death by all those things that Yahushua just said right there. The sword, there's going to be the military, people with their guns when they start riding. He said famine, because once they start riding, society collapses. Ain't going to be no food being abundant like it is now. Walmart's is closing down. He said poverty. Shit, we ain't taking that chip. So a lot of people, plus your jobs going to shut down. So there's going to be a lot of poverty. Widowhood. A lot of women about to lose their husbands, man. A lot of these dudes ain't in the truth. They ain't men of the Lord. So they about to get ran through something vicious, either by pestilence, sword, or the famine. One of those things. And Most High said he bringing that plague to do what? Waste thy house with destruction and death. So we got to stay prayed up, stay in this truth in the house of David. Therefore, death doesn't reach in our house. Our house will be, or wherever we at, will be a sanctuary, will be a hedge of protection. There'll be favor found on our behalves. We got to get our herbs right, get our immune systems right. This devil, he trying to throw stuff out. And I know he trying to target Yasharala. Like, these devils got technology now that they can get out. They got like smart viruses that attack only certain DNA types, certain ethnic groups. They have that type of stuff, capability, Yasharala. They had that. And I bet you they will unleash it, when the time is right. Because they know they got to cut our numbers down. We too numerous, man. You add up all the Native Americans, all the Hispanics, and all the so-called African Americans. Man, we the most numerous people in the world, and Babylon the Great. And this devil losing numbers. We gaining numbers. The Israelite woman is very fertile. The Israelite man is very fertile. we got all kind of children. This devil struggling. They got to use technology to get one child. So this devil frustrated, man. He's flustered. So he like, okay, I'm going to send out this smart virus to, because they ain't going to get abortions like they used to no more. Now, Edomite women are #1 abortion. So this devil mad. He like, oh, no, that's supposed to be for them. Now mine is doing it. They smoking meth, fentanyl. Like, Esau's done. So he like, okay, since I'm done, I'm going to make Yasharala be done too. I'm going to throw this out, this XP8008 virus that my boys cooked up in the lab. that only attacks, you know, people with melanin in they skin. You know, they have stuff like that. So we gotta stay prayed up, Yashrala, that Yahweh Shah keeps us, cause we gonna need it, man. Like you ain't gonna better go to the doctor when all hell break loose. You better drive to no hospital. You got to make do with whatever you got. So we gonna definitely need that favor in these times, man. These troubling times, Jacob's trouble that's coming up upon us. We gonna need that favor. So I just wanted to put it out there first to get your mind ready, get ready, because they about to come with some more pestilences, you know, little viruses and diseases. They trying to say it came from here, but we gonna know better. Because who reported that said that, that's where it came from. And you already, let's see, go back to the, where was I at? Well, you seen it. Who reported that? What institution reported that? Because the part of their name stands for what? Control Disease. Center for Disease Control. When you control diseases, if you know how to control it, I bet you sure knew how to unleash it as well. I bet you know how to perfect it too. You in there playing with it every day. So what they tell you? I bet I'm like looking at that article like I bet you would know. I bet you would know. So we got to be ready, man. And it's all a part of Yabashaw's game plan. He said he was going to send out mad pestilence. And it's really for the 2/3, you know, for them to get rid of them, get them judgment. So with that being said, man, I hope this has been edifying. I want to say Kwam Yashar Allah, detailed by Bob, and Shalom.